manabase.com and create a new deck and make it land ramp whatever. EDH, text import. Do we find all the cards? So what does he say about his deck? I would like to target a focused, optimized power level for a casual deck. My main strategy is to play big spells of Golos ability. I want to be able to consistently cast Golos on turns 3 to 4 and trigger his ability the next turn. And he wants help with the Manabase and the ramp. Okay, so we'll basically... all cards has been found. Great, we have 100 cards. That looks good. Now, where do we have Golos? Oh wow, he is a bit low on creature. That could be interesting for most of the... well, okay. Now, this is what we are working with. And basically, first of all, we'll take away everything that's not ramp. So we don't have a look at that. So, ramp is this one. And as the battlefield, if you may sacrifice a land and you search 2 basic land. Yeah, okay, this one is fine. No, the other one is not ramp. The other category. So this one is not ramp. This one is ramp. This one is ramp. Not ramp. No, this one is not ramp. Not ramp. Not ramp. Not ramp. 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 Yeah, this one is ramp. Not ramp. Ramp. Rampish. Okay, well, no, this is not really ramp. These are rituals. This one is also not ramp. Not ramp. Not ramp, also just bet. You can get it for free extreme mana. Not ramp. Not ramp. Not ramp. 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 Not ramp. Also just bet, probably. Not ramp. 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 Not ramp. Not ramp. He doesn't need to tap right. No, he doesn't need to tap ramp. Not ramp. Not ramp. Not ramp. Not ramp. For each land you control, create a treasure token. Why would you play this? Well, it's not ramp, so we don't care. We are only looking at ramp spells. You played... okay, I'm just looking at ramp. So I'm not looking at anything else. Just looking at the ramp. Yeah, basically all the not ramp cards I'm not really going to look at them because he just wanted help with the ramp and the mana base, so I'm not going over every card of his deck. I'm just baffled by a few of the cards in his deck, and also hello Timmy. So yeah, I'm really only looking at his ramp cards. Why would you ever play this? Not ramp, not ramp, not ramp, not ramp. Oh nice, this one has a new art. Take any card. Really, I'm baffled on why he plays certain things, but that's really not my problem why he's playing certain things. Okay, so he's got 17 ramp cards at the moment, which is looking quite good to be honest. His mana base is not that great, unfortunately. That's probably why he's playing all the green ramp. So, what was the goal he was aiming for? Help me with the ramp mana base. And he would like to consistently cast Golos on turns 3 to 4. Now it's a budget of $50. Now, to consistently be able to cast Golos on turns 3 or 4, you will need to ramp on turn 1 and 2. So basically turn 3 is really only... yeah, so turn 3 is only available with mana dogs, while Okay, so turn 3 is only available with mana dog, so turn 1 you go up to 2 mana. Turn 3 you play a 3 ramp spell and you're at 5 mana. So Golos is 5, right? Yeah, Golos is 5. And turn 4 is available with a lot more consistency. Now, let's just sort the ramp by CMC. CMC 2 ramp. So CMC 4 ramp is basically out, right? Because he wanted to cast his commander on CMC 4. CMC 3 ramp. So this one is also on the floor on the 4+ ramp category. Now he's only playing. So this one is also out because you played on turn 3 and then you can ramp quite often, so it's quite efficient, but not if you want to get off on turn 4. That one is bullshit. That one is obviously CMC 3 ramp. Now we also have CMC 1 ramp. We have another CMC 1 ramp. So basically this is rather CMC 2 ramp. So if you don't have that many 1-drops, and especially if you're not playing green, Wayfarer's Bauble can be quite nice. But I don't see it in this deck, to be honest. I think I'd rather play some Signet or something. So Wayfarer's Bauble is 1 mana, and for 2 mana tap sacrifice, you can search your library for a basic land and put it into play. So it is mana ramp that you can play outside of green, but yeah. So search for tomorrow, you really want this one on the starting hand to use it, which is quite hard to have in Commander, to be honest. So we'll do this, this, and this one is also. So basically we'll cut everything at CMC 4. Now, stats. So really he's only playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards that fit his game plan. Now let's have a quick look at his mana base, which I would like to thoroughly reconstruct, but we don't have the budget for this in this deck. So what do we have? We have the Blighted Woodlands, which is fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's quite good actually. We have Boyuka Bok, big fan. We have the Command Tower, we have Evolving Wilds, so this one is going out. Land out, too slow. Now, next up we have the Exotic Orchard, which is great in a 5-color deck. We have basic lands, big fan of basic lands on the... So basically, really, if you don't have a good mana base, you really want to play a lot of basic lands, focus on green, and then just play green ramp spells to fix your mana. So he already has the right idea for his mana base. Now let's go on. We have Myriad Landscape, which is quite good. We have Opal Palace, which is just too slow. If we want to get his commander out on turn 3. While I like Rulans, I'm not sure I really like them in this deck. Because again, they won't help him to... They won't achieve his goal. So basically we are just looking at his request. So we take everything here out. And basically we will be adding probably just more forests. Because he really needs the green mana. So without green mana he's screwed. Now, if we had, we'll have a look at how expensive the ramp spells are. If we have the budget, we will just add some great lands here, because lands is always a nice thing to have. But first of all, we want to have a look at the ramp spells. So we want to be able to play Golos on turn 3 or 4. Now again, to play him on turn 4, it's quite easy. Simply ramp in turn 2 or turn 3, and you can play him on turn 4. Turn 3 is a bit harder because you will need to ramp twice on turn 1 and 2, which is quite easy if you get Sol Ring or Search for Tomorrow. But to get him on turn 3, you really need some, basically low CMC ramp. Now another way to go would be to actually play Mana Rituals. This would get Golos out, but then you couldn't activate his ability, so that's not a way that we want to go. So basically, let's just search for the best 1 and 2 mana ramp spells. So EDH ramp spells. List of EDH ramp cards. Okay, so now it would be great if I had those by CMC, but we don't, so that's fine too. So we already have Cultivated and Kodama's Reach in here. Well, yeah, okay, so we already got the basics. It's quite nice. Now we could go for Growth Spasm because it's basically ramping you for 2 once, so this one will be quite nice. Also the question is how much can we actually cut here? So I think we can cut a Brainstorm. Brainstorm is just not good if you're not having a lot of ability of ways to recycle your mana base. We can also cut Breast Bounty, it's just not going to do it. So I'm cutting everything that's not having an impact. Yeah, this one is also not going to do it since you won't cast it from your hand with Oloros. Yeah, okay, so this is the typical... Why would you play Doomsday if your entire deck has 5 black mana sources? And also no Doomsday combo. Why would you play Doomsday? So I also don't think the copies will make it because, yeah, basically that's not helping with Oloros. I like this one quite much, the untaps all lands, especially all the basic lands. So this one is again having the right idea to just go with a lots of basics if you don't have a good mana base. Now let's see. Okay, we have counter spells, we have Joda, which is fine for all the big spells. We have Cookish, Leyline, I guess, but no. Exile target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard, copy that card 3 times, you may cast, okay, whatever. So just let me take out everything that's really horrible. This one is way too expensive. So when do you want to play Oblivion Stone? Basically you don't want to play it during your ramp phase because you want to ramp your commander out. So let's say you ramped on turn 2, so you play Oblivion Stone on turn 3, then you play Oloros on turn 4, and then what? Basically what you should want to do is to get to his 7 mana requirement as quickly as possible, and yeah, that's not happening since you will first need to put a Fate counter for 4 mana and then sacrifice this thing for 5 mana, so yeah, this board wipe is going out. So it's also not good if you just hit it with Oloros. Omniscience, okay, I can see why he wants to play it. Ponder, again, not going to make it. I can see the put target card from your graveyard on top of a library, since he will then be able to play him with Oloros. So in case you don't know Golos, if he enters the battlefield, you get to search your library for a land card. That's important, not a basic land, but a land card. So you can search for quite nice lands. And then put that card onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. And for 7 mana, you exile the top 3 cards of your library, and you may play them this turn without paying their mana cost. So that's why you want to have some library manipulation. Well, maybe I need to rethink Ponder and Brainstorm. They could be fine after all. Well, we'll put them to library manipulation. Library manip. I could have wronged these 2 cards. Now what do we have? We have some extra turns, top of the library. This is just a big spell that's not going to return target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. Double your... Yes? As 2 does... double your life total. Okay, so I don't think this one is going to really matter, ever. Since we don't really have any 3 mana creature cards that we want to return. Now this again is big stuff, Slaughter the Strong, again a board wipe that doesn't hit his own commander, which is fine since he's basically usually his only creature. Spell Swindle is fine. Now we have this one as ramp. It seems I put him in the wrong category. Treacherous Terrain is fine, Turn Boot is fine, Unwind is fine, Ossus Ruinous Blast is fine, Vandal Blast is fine, and yeah. This one is fine too. So, At the moment, we've cut 11 cards and we haven't added anything. So we can add 11 ramp spells, and I will do this after a quick break of about 1 minute. Willst keine Verteidigerrüstung? Ich habe Leder und Kettenrüstung. Ja, das ist okay. Die sind okay. Ja, die sind okay. Aber sag auch den anderen Leuten, dass sie ohne Verteidigerrüstung spielen sollen. Okay, so here I'm again. Now, basically with Golos he will probably be getting the World Tree or Graveyard Hate if he really needs it, but we can get some special lands, which is quite nice. Now, what ramp do we want to add? Now let's first have a look at sorcery. Oh yeah, right, we wanted to add Growth Spasm, because even if this is the... yeah, it can help him to play him a lot more easily. Now we'll also try Hour of Promise. Now Hour of Promise is really a great card. Doesn't matter so much in this deck, but Hour of Promise is for 5 mana. Wait, 5 mana, okay, so basically not for this deck. So out of this deck, this is a great card, because Hour of Promise is searching a library for 2 land cards. So not basic land, but 2 land cards. So basically this can just get, for example, Cabal Coffers and Orbok Tomb of Jafngod at the same time. And yeah, you just put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then you can even create zombies if you control deserts, which is probably not the case. Into the north. Yeah, so we're not going to tune his entire mana base towards no mana, because he won't be able to pay for this, but we will Nature's Law. Now, Nature's Law is obviously a lot better if he has some dual lands, and we will try to get some in there. So Rampant Growth is already in there. I don't know this card. Reveal cards from the top of the library until you reveal a land card, put that card into play, and the rest on the bottom of the library in any order. Clash with an opponent. If you win, return creature's parts to its owner's hand. Oh, nice! This one could really be a nice card for him, since he's likely to win the clash. Now, Restore would be fine if he would be playing a lot more fetch lands. He's already playing this one. This one's too expensive. This one is just not going to do it. He probably won't have enough lands for Summer Bloom. Tempest's Cavalry is too expensive. 3 Wizards is another nice one. It's also searching for a forest. And okay, what else? We could just play Explore or Burgeoning. I mean, what is cheaper? It's both. Got it. Okay, let's not go with Explore and Burgeoning. I think they are too expensive. So yeah, Kalni Heart is also not fast enough, to be honest. This one is quite a nice card also. Just sack a creature, tutor out a basic land. Now this one could be fun. Oh god, this got expensive. Sacrifice a land at 1 mana of any type to your mana pool. So This can basically allow you play Oloros and then sacrifice all your lands and really hope that you get something good out of him that allows you to win the game, because otherwise you're screwed. Yeah, Utopia Sprawl, this one is nice. Utopia Sprawl. So we want to get some 1 mana in here. Wild Growth also. Even though Wild Growth only generates green mana, and that's not that good. But fine. Yeah, okay, so I think we already do play Hero. Now, what can we give him to really make his deck work? So this one needs to die first. It's not going to happen. This one allows you Sakura Tribe Elders already in here, right? I'm really thinking about going with Signets, so this is probably the cheapest option that we can take. Or just give him some 1 mana dogs, that could also be a good option. So just some basic, at least the ones that don't generate green mana. I think that could be a good idea. So let's just add Elves of the Deep Shadow. And let's also Deep Shadow. And that also at Ever Since Pilgrim. So the reasoning behind this one is basically they generate some mana that's not... These are not really the prices, right? Okay, so this one is a few cents, and this one is show me everything. Okay, so this one is also okay. No, I have no clue what the American price. No clue what's wrong with the American prices, to be honest. Now, let's make an add category. Yeah, and I guess we just add signets here, right? I guess we just add some mana stones. Yeah. So let's go. We specifically want the green signets, and we probably want something green-blue, so we want a Simic signet. Because he needs blue to play his early cantrips. So we have a Simic signet here. Where is it? I didn't add it. No, I didn't add it, obviously. Now, Talisman of Progress should be the green one, right? Or no, top Progress is, yeah, damn. Talisman of green and blue, please. So yeah, let's get this talisman. What do you say if he's looking to ramp earlier? Would Seedborn, Wilderness Reclamation, and more instant speed ramp would work, or is that to win more without tutors? So Seedborn Muse and Wilderness Reclamation is not ramp in the form that you mean. So basically, he needs to reach the 5 mana fast, and he needs to reach the 5 mana in 1 turn. So even if Seedborn Muse is great for this deck, and I will probably recommend it for him because it is helping him a lot, it's not helping him to get out his commander earlier. And basically his goal with this deck was to get his commander out earlier consistently. So that's why I'm adding a lot of ramp here. And yeah, so that's why I'm adding ramp here instead of cards that will work with his commander. Yeah, but the issue is Seedborn Muse is 4 or 5 mana as well, so if you play the Seedborn Muse, you could already basically play Golos. So we specifically cut everything that's 4 mana because you probably won't get to 4 mana ramp. Yeah, we'll stay out of 4 mana ramp. Now we can add one more signet. What other color does he want to have fast? What color does he need to have fast? Yeah, red could be nice. So let's go for a Gruul. Gruul signet. Now, okay, these changes should allow him to... So let's say this is 20 euros, right? Let me just look up any card that I don't know. Gross Spasm. Nature's Law. Recross the Pass. 3 Wizards. Utopia Sprawl. White Gross. Yeah, so this is about 10 euros total. So, basically we now have, I think, 40 euros, right? For the non-ramp cards I cut, let me just think some stuff through. On a more general note, Seedborn Muse to untap everything. But that's not ramp, so I'm ignoring that one. Also, most of the ramp is not instant is the problem. So now Sorry again if I'm writing. I'm usually a bit. It's a bit hard to also talk at the same time. So we basically have two ways to go to upgrade the lands. The first way is to just get a few expensive lands, and the second way is to. Why is that text at the top right corner? So the first way is to just get a few expensive lands, or the second way is to get a lot of cheap lands. And now let's have a quick look at lands with basic land types MTG. Now we won't get the original dual lands. Yeah, that's not what we were searching for. All fetchable dual lands from 2017. Okay, let's just go to Scryfall. Now advanced search. We want type line is land, type line is forest, and yeah, that's basically it, right? That's all we need to search for. Perfect. So we could go with Shocklands. So we could also go with Canopy Lands. Ich muss gerade versuchen, eine Manabase hinzukriegen. So we won't go with the triple lands, since they will always enter tapped.
Was für ein Set geht's da?
Einfach nur Länder in einem Commander-Deck, in einem 5-farbigen. So let's just do it like this. Okay, so yeah, we have shock lands, 2 or more basic lands, and just a cycle lands. No. First way. Basic land and basic land type are vastly different, so let me just fetch you some ramp spells. Basically, if you have here 3 wizards, yes, 3 wizards allows you to search your library for a forest card, put that card into play, and all of these cards are forest cards since all of them have the basic land type forest. So yeah, you could fetch a Cinderglade, and that's also why I want to give him cards with multiple basic land types. So he will be able to use this fetch a forest cards to fetch any mana that he wants. That's also why the fetch lands are so great. So let me just fetch your fetch land, Polluted Delta. So that's why it's great to play 10 of the shock lands and 10 of the fetch lands. And let me also fetch you some Scryfall, advanced search. We want a text, it's an island. Oh, no, we don't want a text an island. We want a text pay to life, and we want a type line island. So now, kann ich irgendwas gerade für dich tun? Ja.
Leder oder Kettenrüstung?
Egal. Beides gleich gut. So, these are the fetch lands. Also, this is basically what usually people are referring to when they are talking about fetch lands. So fetch lands are usually tap them, pay 1 life, sacrifice the fetch land, search your library for basic land type 1 or basic land type 2, and put it onto the battlefield. Note, not tapped, just put it into the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. So with this card, so this can get you either an island or a swamp. Now, if you are playing these 4 cards here in your deck, so these are the so-called shock lands, since you can shock yourself when they come onto the battlefield to not have them enter tapped. So basically you can pay 2 life. They are called shocklands. Now the shocklands have both basic land types. So have 2 basic land types each. And there is a shockland for each combination. So let's say I have the polluted delta. I have these 4 lands in my deck. So in this case, I could crack the polluted delta and get whatever color I need. Because I could get an island mountain, I could get an island plain, I could get an island forest. And this is what makes this really, really powerful to include in your commander decks if you have shocklands and fetch lands. And yeah, so this is basically the mana base of all of my 5 color decks. So it's basically 10 shocklands, 10 fetch lands, 2 of each basic land, command tower, and then 6 lands whatever I want to have. So this is a nice combination. The only issue is these are expensive. So let's just go to the Magic Card Market. And let's see for Hallowed Fountain. So as you can see, Hallowed Fountain is €5, so this one is still fine. So I guess I just recommend him to go for Shocklands. But Polluted Delta is way less fun. So basically, if you have an entire set of fetch lands, you are easily playing $200 to $300 of maybe even $400 or euros of lands. So yeah, I'll probably recommend him to just go with the shocklands. Yeah, so that's basically the main reason why you wouldn't, why you play fetch lands, not to grab basic lands, but to really grab special lands. It's way better grabbing the special lands because they can really. So you could also just grab the, I think, what printed the Fairy Tale set. I think they had a bunch of lands that had basic land types, but had some special abilities, so you could grab those as well. So yeah, as long as something has a basic land type, you can grab it with the fetch lands. So now let's have a quick look at the shocklands. So great to have 3 screens. So I'm not seeing the screen right now. Sorry, I'm not seeing the chat lab right now because I'm checking for the shocklands. So we have Hallowed Fountain, which is €5, right? Yeah, so basically let me first check for all the green ones. Stomping Ground is, let's say €6. So this one is green-red, €6. So next one is Temple Garden. So this one is again €5. So the next one would be Overgrown Tomb. Which is also €5. So they seem to be consistently at €5. This is cheaper than I expected. I guess all the reprints really helped. So next one is breeding pool. Oh, this one is more expensive. Let's say 15 euros to get it. Now, how much? 20, 30, 36 euros at the moment. So let's just have a look if there's any cheap fetch land. Blood Crypt maybe, or possibly the Sacred Foundry. Yeah, let's go with Godless Shrine. Yeah, let's just go with Godless Shrine. Okay, so let's add him here. So this would be Stomping Ground. Stomping Ground. Okay, we probably want to have the lands here. Old lands. Where are the old lands now? There they are. So let's just move all of the lands there so I don't mix the lands up. Now let's add Stomping Grounds. Temple Garden. Overgrown Tomb. Breeding Pool. Hallowed Fountain. And Godless Shrine. So these cards should land at least beneficial cards. So now let's just ping this guy at Lucinrio. Okay, so let's just check that his links works, and it seems to do. Yep, this should be fine. I feel like this should get his deck to be a lot more consistent.